Okay, here's a May 9th update. I think I got this one already. I got the stem piece glued in. I haven't got it bolted in yet, but it's all glued in. And this worked all right. Basically, I just leveled it when I glued it in, since everything's working off level. And the top of the keel is in a straight line. It's perpendicular to the to the frames and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, my injury that I sustained when I fell in the boat is getting better. My back is feeling a lot better, although it's still, I suspect I may have hurt the ribs in my back there, torn some cartilage or cracked a rib, whatever, but it's still sore, but I'm functioning at least. So I'm a little hesitant to get into the boat anymore, so I thought I might as well put some temporary sole supports, I guess you'd call them, in here. So you can see I got some 2x4s. I just leveled them and put them in there. And that gives me an idea too of what I'm going to want for, or what I've got for floor space and headroom and whatnot. Of course, there's going to be a step in the back, or maybe even two. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet, but anyway, I'll take some scrap plywood and put that in there and give me a little more room to work in there. I started on there's the Casey dog. Hello, Casey dog. The old coot. Hey, coot. Hey. It's hard of hearing too. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going? You can come in if you want, right through here. Anyway, I started working on the bolts back here to get these 3 bolts in here. Short of buying a $60 countersink or counterbore that fits over a drill bit or a shaft, I'm drilling these out initially, then putting plugs in there, and then using the drilling these, countersinking these with a regular countersink bit. That's the only way I can get the bit started on there, is if I got something for it to bite into. So I don't know. I looked at those counterbore bits last night again, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if didn't actually see one as big as I needed it anyway for the 3/4 inch rod. But anyway, so I got some holes drilled there. Actually, I've got had one already done, but I need to make some more bolts, of course. But anyway, my engine isn't slated to ship until the end of June, so we're talking almost 2 months to get the engine, and I don't know when my fuel tanks are ever going to get done. Nobody seems to know anything there, so that might be 2 months too. So I got other little things to try to do to keep me a little busy. Not that I've got that much to do, but anyway, one of the things I started just now was on the bottoms of these frames anyway. I thought I could get the angle, figure out how to do this angle here. Now this one, I had to glue a piece in there because it was a little short, if you remember me talking about that. So that one's already at the right angle. But I need to get these angled to match this bearding line up here, this line that comes across up there. So these all need to get cut off at that angle. So I'm just using an angle gauge, angle finder, of course, to get my angle. And I've started by using I don't know how well you can see that, but I've started by using a power plane, and it's working. I was going to use a circular saw, but my little saw wouldn't cut nearly deep enough to get that. A big circular saw, my big 10 1/4 inch, that's going to be a beast to hold upside down and do it. Not that it's much fun doing anything upside down, even the plane is kind of a pain to do upside down, but anyway, I think this power plane is going to work as well as anything. Get these down, and then of course I can't get all the way to the end here. I'll have to probably chisel the end part out here, but Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, and it's not real fun doing that overhead. So I figured I might as well get started now and get some of these done. Of course, the ones back here are by far the steepest. As you work your way towards the middle of the boat, again, they get significantly less to almost, well, to virtually nothing. So it'll get easier as I get more towards the middle of the boat, and then it'll get tougher again when I get towards the bow. But I don't know, maybe I should try to figure out a way to do these on the table before I put them on the boat. But I don't know if I can do one or two of these a day and, you know, not push it real hard. It probably won't be that bad doing it this way either. Seems like I'm going to have plenty of time, and actually the bottom is going to be the last thing to get planked. But that's what's kind of accessible right now. So once I get this inside of the boat, get all my temporary sole in there, and I can move around in there a little bit easier, I will move some more of these supports internally. That'll make it a little easier to work on the outside of the boat. And then I could actually work on some of these out here too, because they're going to need quite a bit of work too. Although not as bad as these down here, but they will still need some trimming. So we'll have to see how that goes. Other than that, I don't really have a lot to report. I haven't been doing a whole lot, because there just isn't a whole lot to do. Waiting for the engine or the fuel tanks primarily. I think I can, once I get the fuel tanks in, I'll start putting some more frames up. I'll probably just leave one space, maybe right here, leave this frame out. 22, I think it would be. Leave that frame out so I can get the engine in a little easier. I think I could squeak the engine in between a couple of these frames if I had to. But I can leave one out, or just leave it sitting in here loose to make it a little easier to get the engine in. But not much sense in starting framing without the fuel tanks in, because those tanks are 8 feet long, so I'd need to leave 4 frames out, and I don't know, then I'd be starting up, and well, I suppose I could, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's where we stand on the 9th of May.